Okay, so we will start reaction with non-metals. So first of all, we'll give today's date, which is 12th of August, and we'll start reaction with non-metals. Now we know one thing: if there is an element X and if there is an element Y, then atoms of this element X plus atoms of this element Y will combine together to form some molecule. This is we have known. This is a very basic idea जो हम लोग के पास है. अब whenever we have two atoms which combine to form a molecule, there is some sort of electron exchange. There is some sort of electron exchange between the element X, the atoms of element X and the atoms of element Y. Now, each and every atom comes with a combination power. What do you mean by combination power? Like one molecule or one atom of element X has the ability to join with some certain number of molecules of element Y. This ability of the molecule of an atom of element X to join with some particular number of atoms of element Y is called valency. सीधी भाषा में एक एक एटम कितना एटम के साथ ज्वाइन करके एक स्टेबल मॉलिक्यूल बना सकता है, वो जितना नंबर ऑफ एटम के साथ वो ज्वाइन कर पाएगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड बेसिकली वैलेंसी. अब सवाल होता है कि व्हाई डू आई नीड वैलेंसी? वी नीड वैलेंसी इन ऑर्डर टू like I can say each atom has a tendency to have a completely filled valence orbital. Completely filled valence shell. Now you'll be asking, what is a valence shell? Valence shell is basically the last orbit of an atom. Now what is the number of electrons that can stay in the last orbit? For hydrogen it is 2, for rest of the atom this is 8. Now, this is the reason why each and every atom has a tendency to combine. Atoms will combine so that after combination, they have a number of electrons of 8 in the last shell, which means they have a completely valence shell. Now, there are some elements which by default has a completely valence, a completely filled valence shell. Such elements are called noble gases. For example, we have helium, whose outermost shell has 2 electrons. We have neon, who have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. We have argon, we have krypton, we have xenon, and we have many things else. So each of these element has completely filled valence shell. So these are by default completely filled valence shell wala compound, like their atoms, and these are basically called noble gases. So as I know, because noble gases are already filled, they do not take part in any chemical reaction, but they do not form any other bonds. That is why they are also called non-reactive elements, or they are also called inert gases. Inert means non-reactive. Now, apart from the noble gas, we will study in this class how does two atoms combine, how does electron transfer from one atom to another, what are the type of bonds, like what is the main type of bond that happens when electron transfer from one atom to another. Now, before I go, we should have an idea about the electronic configuration of some of the very common elements, be it metals and non-metals. So I will take basically 5 basic metals and 7 basic non-metals and will write down the electronic configuration. Like you know how to write an electronic configuration, so I would want you guys to write down the electronic configuration. So we will do a column here. We will write element.
Sir, by using that boards one or other one?
No, whatever you have learned by using the Bose one.
Okay, sir.
We'll have element here. We will have the atomic number. Atomic number gives us basically the number of electrons. and we have the electronic configuration. So the first element which I would like you to do is sodium, next is magnesium, next is aluminum, next is potassium, next is calcium. I will give you the atomic number. It is 11, it is 12, this is 13, this is 19, this is 20. Please write down the electronic configuration, every one of you. Please write down electronic configuration. And same here, yes, if you have written down, then you can check from my answer.
Sir, done.
And what about the rest?
Sir, done.
Okay. So I'll write it down. Kindly check with your answer. This is 2 comma 8 comma 1. This is 2 comma 8 comma
Two.
2. This is 2 comma 8 comma 3. This is 2 comma 8 comma 8 comma 1. This is 2 comma 8 comma 8 comma. So these are
Yes.
the electronic configuration of some of the very common metals that we'll be studying in this chapter. So I hope each and everyone has got their answers correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, we will do the same for some of the non-metals. So similarly,
Sir,
give
you will
a.
not record this one.
It's recording. It's recording.
Okay, sir.
क्लास रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है उसका टेंशन नहीं है. So we'll have element, we'll have atomic number, we have electronic configuration. So we have nitrogen, we have oxygen, we have fluorine, we have phosphorus, we have sulfur, we have chlorine. So I'll write the atomic number. This is 7, this is 8, this is 9, this is 15, this is 16, this is 17. So please write it down. This is 2 comma 5, this is 2 comma 6, 2 comma 7, 2 comma 8 comma 5, 2 comma 8 comma 6, and 2 comma 8 comma 7.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now,
Okay.
whenever I say metals and non-metals, I can distinguish these two group of elements by a very famous property, which are, you should always remember, metals will always lose electron, non-metals will always gain electrons. Now, how many electrons should a metal lose and how many electrons should a non-metal gain? This is something which determines its valency in the true sense. Like the earlier definition was of valency was the tendency of an atom to combine with a particular number of other atoms is called valency. Now, the actual definition, like the definition from the electron point of view is metals have a tendency to lose electrons and non-metals have a tendency to gain electrons. Now, how many electrons the metals will lose, that is defined as the valency of the metals, and how many electrons a non-metal will gain, that is defined as the valency of a non-metal. So let us take we'll explain this entire concept by having the reaction between a non-metal and a metal. So let us have a reaction between sodium plus chlorine. So we will see what happens and how the entire thing takes place. So we will have sodium, we will write a electronic configuration. Now we know this has a tendency to lose an electrons. So how many electrons can sodium lose? We can see that sodium has an electronic configuration of 2, 8 and 1, and the orbits are basically K, L and M. And I can see if this atom of sodium can by any chance release one electron, which means I will have the configuration of 280, because this one electron, and we know electrons are always released from the outermost shell. So Chem is the outermost shell, M has one electron. So if I remove this one electron, no electrons are going to exist in uh, this shell, so I can very well neglect it. Now what I have the electronic configuration as 2 comma 8, where if you concentrate on this portion, this is my kth cell, this
Non.
is my lth cell, this is my outermost cell, and that has 8 electrons. So I have come to a stage where sodium has a completely filled valence orbital. I'll again repeat. I know the electronic configuration of sodium is 2, 8, 1, and if I note the orbits, I will see K orbit has 2 electrons, L orbit has 8 electrons, and M orbit has 1 electrons. Now, my main motive behind forming, behind combining with other atoms, is the fact that each and every atom try to have its completely filled last orbital. Now, in order to make the orbital M completely filled, we have two choices. Number one, either it can accept 7 electrons, or number two, either it can lose this 1 electron. But we know we are studying metal, so metals will always lose electron. So I can say, if my metal loses 1 electron from its outermost shell, then my next electronic configuration becomes 2 comma 8. Now in this 2 comma 8 portion, I can see that 8 electrons are present in my last orbital. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I can, is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I can write this at sodium plus, and here I can write this as 1 electron. So if you take 1 electron to the right hand side, you can write it as Na plus 1 electron. Now what happens when metal
Sir,
loses 1
plus
electron?
one electron or minus one electron?
No, what I said, this original reaction will be Na minus 1 electron. Now you take this entire thing to the right hand side, because in our
Then it is
reaction,
plus one.
in our reaction you can never see the sign minus, right? You always has a sign plus. So I can take it to the other side and write this way, right? So metal always
Yes, sir.
loses electron, minus electron, to form metal ion. What are metal ions called? Metal ions are also called cation, cation. So metals ions are also called cation. So sodium, after losing one electron, we'll have sodium ion with a plus charge. Now why does it have a plus charge? Because it loses electron. Whenever we have gain of electrons, we will have a negative charge. Now let us consider chlorine. Chlorine has the outermost concentration of 2, 8, 7. So in case of chlorine 287, we can see if the mth orbital, sorry, if my m orbit can take one more electron, then I will have KLM as 288, and my last orbit will be completely filled. So in this case, what will happen? Chlorine plus one electron will form Cl minus. This is a non-metal ion. It is called an anion. We should remember this.
Sir, Cl minus one electron.
No, like what I will not write minus here, because in any chemical reactions we do not have a minus sign. I wrote minus here because this is the signs. Sodium metal loses an electron, but in order to cancel this minus, I have written plus here. But this is by default plus. We do not write to rewrite it by using a minus. So this is fine. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
what are the main two reactions? We have Na, which is Na plus 1 electron. We have Cl plus 1 electron, which is Cl minus. This is what we have. Now what happens is, now what happens is, I have the formation of sodium ion and I have the formation of chlorine ion. These are opposite charges. We know opposite charge attract each other. So they will be attracted towards each other by a very strong force. What is that strong force called? It is called electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction. So they are attracted to each other by a very strong force called electrostatic force of attraction. And then what does it become? I can write Na plus plus Cl minus. It forms NaCl. Now this type of bond, this is an example of a bonding. Now before I say anything about bond, I will need to write down what is a chemical bond. A chemical bond is when a metal and a non-metal, remember this is not a definition, it's a brief statement which will help you understand what is a chemical bond. So when a metal and a non-metal join together forming a compound, forming a molecule, forming a compound, then the process is called a chemical bond. Now this chemical bond, in this chemical bond, how is the bond made? The bond is made, the above bond is made by the, what was the first step that helped in the formation of bond? Is the formation of ions. The above bond is made by the formation of ions and mutual force of attraction. Since there is a ion formation in the above bond, such bonds are called ionic bond or electrovalent bond. Why ionic bond? Because these bond involves the formation of ions. And why electrovalent bond? Electrovalent bond is another name for ionic bond, and electrovalency stands for the term valency. It also indicates how many electrons a metal can lose and how many electrons a non-metal can gain in order to form a stable compound. Now how do
Sir,
I,
then,
yes Bolo?
sir, then how can we know that metal will lose these many electrons, and this non-metal will gain these many electrons?
This is what I said. You have to notice its electronic configuration. For a metals, the number of electrons it should lose in order to make the last shell empty. That is the valency of metal. And for a non-metal, in order to the number of electrons a it should accept so that my last shell becomes completely filled. That is the valency of a non-metal. सीधी भाषा में जितना इलेक्ट्रॉन मेटल के लास्ट शेल से निकलना जरूरी है ताकि उसका पहले वाला सेल में जाके वो खत्म हो जाए, वो मेटल का वैलेंसी बोलते हैं। एंड जितने इलेक्ट्रॉन नॉन मेटल को एक्सेप्ट करना जरूरी है ताकि उसका करंट आउटर मोस्ट सेल में 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन आए, उसको नॉन मेटल का वैलेंसी बोलते हैं। ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
गुड। सो ओके, नाउ हाउ डू यू express this? We express this as something which is called a Lewis dot diagram. Now what is a Lewis dot diagram? Like if I need to draw the entire thing that I have done now in form of electrons and atoms, so I cannot draw my nucleus and 3 shells. It will be a very complex diagram. मैं अगर यहाँ पर सारे जितना भी एलिमेंट में कंबाइन कर रहा हूँ, सबका मैं न्यूक्लियस ड्रॉ करूँ, तीनों ऑर्बिट ड्रॉ करूँ, इलेक्ट्रॉन ड्रॉ करूँ, वो सारे अगर मैं चीज यहाँ करने जाऊं तो इट विल बी अ वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स डायग्राम. इन ऑर्डर टू सिंप्लीफाई the way of drawing any type of bonding is basically given by Lewis dot diagram. तो Lewis dot diagram के लिए ये कैसे दिखेगा? It will be sodium has one electron in the valence. Lewis dot diagram में we only write the name of the element and on the top of the element or surrounding the element we only draw the number of valence electrons. Now what are valence electron? नॉर्मल किसी एलिमेंट का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में उसका लास्ट ऑर्बिट में जितना इलेक्ट्रॉन रहता है उसको वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन बोलता है. ये ऑलरेडी तुम लोग जाने हो, मैं फिर भी रिपीट कर रहा हूं. तो सोडियम का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या था? 2,8,1. तो लास्ट शेल हैज 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन, इसलिए आई हैव रिटन डाउन द नेम ऑफ द एलिमेंट विच इज सोडियम. उसके ऊपर आई हैव अ स्मॉल डॉट विच इंडिकेट्स 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन. नाउ chlorine has an outermost shell of 7 electrons because chlorine's atomic configuration is 287. So what will write? I will write chlorine. I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now how to indicate this sodium is losing this electron to this chlorine? Because sodium जो एक इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज कर रहा है, क्लोरीन वही इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन कर रहा है. तो this sodium loses its electron to chlorine. And what does it forms? It forms सोडियम फॉर्म्स Na प्लस. अब सोडियम के आसपास में कोई एटम ड्रॉ नहीं किया बिकॉज सोडियम का आउटर मोस्ट शेल अभी खाली है. एंड क्लोरीन के आसपास आई विल ड्रॉ टोटल नंबर ऑफ 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. एंड इन ऑर्डर टू सेपरेट इट फ्रॉम द सोडियम आई विल पुट इट इन अ थर्ड ब्रैकेट एंड इसके बाहर आई विल हैव अ माइनस साइन और आई कैन राइट इट सिंपल NaCl. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
सबके लिए?
Sir, please explain again.
अच्छा, कौन सा बोलो, कौन सा एक्सप्लेन करूं मैं?
Sir, वो Lewis dot diagram.
Okay, so Lewis dot diagram is basically a technique to show us graphically how does a chemical bonding takes place. So one point I should remember in Lewis dot diagram is in Lewis dot diagram write the name of the element and the valence electron and the last shell electrons. अब तुम मेरे को एक चीज बताओ, सोडियम का इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन क्या है? 2,8,1. तो हाउ मेनी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर देयर इन द लास्ट शेल ऑफ सोडियम?
1.
तो इसलिए मैं सोडियम लिखा, मैं ऊपर एक डॉट दिया. समझा?
Yes, sir.
अब क्लोरीन का क्या है? 2,8,7. हाउ मेनी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर देयर इन द लास्ट शेल ऑफ क्लोरीन? 7. इसलिए देखो यहाँ पर 7 डॉट्स है. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Now what happens in sodium? Sodium loses 1 electron to form Na plus, right? यही 1 electron, ये 1 electron क्लोरीन गेन करता है to form Cl minus, right? तो मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ सोडियम अपना एक इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लोरीन को दे देता है, हाँ कि ना?
Yes, sir.
तो देखो
तो
यहाँ
तभी
से
से उसके पास 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन हो जाते हैं 7 के जगह.
आप समझ में आएगा?
Yes, sir.
गुड. तो आई होप सबको क्लियर है.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
बोलो.
सर अगर मैं सोडियम का जगह मैग्नीशियम लेता हूँ तो उसमें 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है और
हाँ
क्लोरीन में 7 इलेक्ट्रॉन है.
हाँ,
सर मैग्नीशियम 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करेगा उसका आउटर मोस्ट शेल को खाली करने के लिए.
एकदम सही.
सर क्लोरीन को एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए,
हाँ,
तो एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ जाएगा?
तो फिर और एक
तो
क्लोरीन
2
ले लो.
इलेक्ट्रॉन
तो और एक क्लोरीन ले लो.
MgCl2.
हाँ, वही तो हम लोग क्लास 8 में पढ़े थे ना, वैलेंसी कैसे क्रिस्क्रॉस होता है.
अच्छा यस
है?
सर.
तो
फिर
ये
2
अभी,
क्लोरीन लेके दोनों में एक एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर
हाँ, तो
दूंगा.
ये अभी तुम लोग करोगे. डू इट नाउ. और इसके बाद ये सब एक बार कर लो, फिर मैं भी करूंगा, चेक कर लेना. एंड उसके बाद मैं ये भी दिखा दूंगा कि कैसे हम लोग क्लास 8 का जो नॉलेज है उसको यहाँ जस्टिफाई करते हैं. अच्छा, बिफोर आई कंटिन्यू कि जैसा हम लोग को पता है 40 मिनट्स का ये जूम, ये इसके बाद जूम एक्सपायर हो जाता है, तो हम लोग के पास और 8.5 मिनट बाकी है, ठीक है। सो वंस दिस मीटिंग एक्सपायर्स, काइंडली क्लिक ऑन द सेम लिंक एंड ज्वाइन। फाइन।
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ओके, नाउ you have to do the formation of MgCl2 fast। चलो,
सर अभी कर दूंगा।
फर्स्ट क्या है, Kyle write down the steps। First is write the electronic configuration of Mg, then write the configuration of Cl, then write।
सर दोनों सीएल को मैं सर दोनों सीएल को मैं ब्रैकेट में डालूं, बार ब्रैकेट में।
हाँ, मैग्नीशियम का लेफ्ट में है, राइट में है।
ओके सर।
तो यहाँ पर हम लोग करेंगे मैग्नीशियम प्लस हाउ मच इलेक्ट्रॉन वो क्या देता है, एंड क्लोरीन प्लस हाउ मच इलेक्ट्रॉन वो क्या देता है। फिर हम लोग करेंगे मैग्नीशियम प्लस यहाँ पर क्लोरीन प्लस यहाँ पर क्लोरीन, कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन कहाँ जाता है। एंड उसके बाद हम लोग करेंगे मैग्नीशियम क्लोरीन ब्रैकेट कितना प्लस कितना माइनस। ये तुम लोग को करना है। ये मैं स्केलेटन स्ट्रक्चर कर दिया जल्दी।
सर मेरा हो गया।
अच्छा वेट करो, सबको करने दो। अगर तुम्हारा हो गया तो यू कैन सेंड मी द पिक्चर इन व्हाट्सएप।
ओके सर। सर आई हैव सेंट यू।
अच्छा, जो बीच में जो लास्ट में जो मैग्नीशियम लिखे हो वो 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज कर रहे हैं ना, तो उसके ऊपर गिव अ चार्ज ऑफ +2 एंड दोनों क्लोरीन के ऊपर -1 -1।
ओके सर।
लाइक तो मैं इसको कर सकता हूँ Mg2 प्लस +2 इलेक्ट्रॉन, दिस इज Cl -1 इलेक्ट्रॉन टू फिर Cl माइनस।
ठीक है
सॉरी सॉरी
सर,
सॉरी।
वो उसमें ना MgCl2 जो लिखा हूँ वो कट गया है।
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
जो और में सर वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आखिरी में दिखाया था ब्रैकेट में सीएल सीएल
हाँ
वाला दोनों और बीच में मैग्नीशियम, उसके बाद और में मैं MgCl2 भी लिखा
हाँ,
हूँ।
वो सही है, वो सही है, बट यहाँ पर भी तुमको Mg के ऊपर +2 दिखाना चाहिए।
ओके सर।
This is 2s2, this is 2h7, this is -2 electrons, Mg2 plus, this is +1 electron, Cl minus, this Cl minus, Cl minus, Mg, यहाँ पर बेसिकली क्या होगा,
सर इसी प्रॉपर्टी के कारण हम लोग मेटल्स को इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव इन नेचर बोलते हैं.
यस.
ओके सर.
सर हम आपको अपना आंसर टेक्स्ट किए हैं.
तुम मेरे को तुम्हारा आंसर टेक्स्ट किया, चेक कर रहा हूँ मैं. परफेक्ट. ठीक है. अब जैसे हम लोग क्लास 8 में क्या पढ़े थे, हम लोग क्या पढ़े थे, केमजी एंड सीएल. हम लोग इसका वैलेंसी पढ़े थे 2, इसका वैलेंसी पढ़े थे 1. हम लोग याद है क्रिस क्रॉस किए थे, रिमेंबर?
सर क्लास 9 में. यस सर.
हाँ. तो सेम चीज तो आया यहाँ पर, राइट?
सर इसमें एडिशन हो जा रहा है, उसमें क्रॉस क्रॉस हो जाता है, इसमें
हाँ.
दो क्लोरीन आ जा रहा है.
हाँ, बेसिकली ये शॉर्टकट मेथड है कैसे हम लोग लाइक फॉर्मूला का, एक कंपाउंड का फॉर्मूला निकल पाए, एंड दिस इज द एक्चुअल मेथड. अच्छा, सो अगर MgCl2 हो गया, सबका हो गया.
यस सर.
बाकी लोग.
यस सर.
ओके. तो I would want you guys to do practice 2 more. One is calcium plus oxide, calcium oxide. Another is aluminum plus nitrogen. Kindly do this, right? Okay. Before you do this, leave the class and join again, and then start doing this. Before you do this, leave the class, join again. Yeah, to do this.
Yes sir, completed.
Okay.
Sir, may I send you?
No, it's okay, we'll do it. No problem. So next, let us come to the properties of ionic compounds. I hope this ionic bond is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the properties of ionic compounds?
Sir,
So
they are formed by losing or gaining of electron.
yeah. So the first properties of ionic points, compounds are they are soluble in water. Any ionic compounds are soluble in water. Next are they have high melting point and boiling point. Right. So this thing can be proved. This thing can be proved if I take uh, some amount of sodium chloride, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, and many other ionic compounds. And if I take two beakers which contains water and which contains any solvent other than water, let us say kerosene. So all these three compounds are soluble in water but not soluble in kerosene. So I can say they are soluble in water but not soluble in any other solvents. Secondly, secondly, they have high values of melting points and boiling points. So if I say KNaCl has a melting point of around 1074 Kelvin and a boiling point of nearly around 1738 Kelvin, and like KBr or KCl has a melting point of around 1007 Kelvin and boiling point of around 1708 Kelvin. So these are काफी high temperatures, and so I can say they have high melting points and boiling points. Right. Next, the very next property can be number three are they are solids at room temperature. They are solids at room temperature. Right. Number four, I can say they are brittle. Brittle, which means break into small pieces. Break into small pieces due to pressure. And uh, okay, so these are the basically four major compounds which currently I can remember. We have some a few many, so I'll send you the notes there. It will be in detail. The next property of these ionic compounds are basically conduction of electricity. So, do you know why metals conduct electricity? Why do metals conduct
Yes,
electricity?
sir.
So, can anyone say me why do metals conduct electricity?
Sir, because they lose electron.
No, metals do not conduct electricity because they lose electron. Metals conduct
Sir,
electricity. हाँ
because,
बोलो बोलो बोलो.
sir, because of freely moving electrons.
Yes, because of freely moving electrons. Now, what do you think? Once metal form ionic bonds, do they have any freely moving electrons left?
No, sir. Tightly packed electrons.
Yes. So basically, ionic solids. So I can say ionic solids are poor conductors in solid state because of no free electrons. Because of no free electrons. Now you will have a doubt that sir, ionic solids have ions, but the ions are also compact together in a very strong attractive force. I just explained that they are a formation of ions, And also we know ions are also capable of conducting electricity because they have charge. But in this case, the ions, the positive ion and the negative ion, is coming under a very strong electrostatic force of attraction, which makes them impossible to move. That is why the movement of ions is not possible. Ions, of course, in solid is not possible due to their closely packed structure.
Sir, rigidity.
वही तो सेम तो ड्यू टू द क्लोजली पैक्ड स्ट्रक्चर मैं बता रहा था अभी रुको ड्यू टू द क्लोजली पैक्ड स्ट्रक्चर this is something which is called rigidity. Whereas in molten state or in solution state, the ions become free and they can easily conduct. So basically ionic compounds are all poor conductors in solid state, but in molten state they are very good conductors. Okay?
So because the electrons can move freely in the liquid state,
Not electrons,
molten state, sorry.
not electrons, ions. Because we no longer have electrons now. Whenever I say ionic solids, we have already formed ions, right? But in solids, in liquid state, what happens? The movement of ions is possible. Whereas in solid state, what happens? The ions are closely packed. That is why ionic compounds are good conductors in liquid state, but bad conductors in solid state. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So we have some of the problems which basically come up, right? Okay, now do you want to shall I start the next part, or you have a next class tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. We have a class.
Okay. अच्छा, what is the syllabus for your nearest exam? जो एग्जाम होने वाला उसका क्या सिलेबस है?
सर स्कूल के एग्जाम है बोर्ड का टर्म 1?
स्कूल के नहीं चाहिए, तुम लोग को जो नवंबर में होगा ना एक कुछ एक,
हाँ सर टर्म 1 होगा बोर्ड्स का.
तो उसका सिलेबस क्या
सर
है?
उसका वो 1, 2 and 3 चैप्टर, 1, 2 and 3 चैप्टर.
तो उसका सिलेबस खत्म लगभग.
सिलेबस खत्म सर.
ठीक. और स्कूल का?
सर स्कूल का सर PT1 में तो एक ही चैप्टर आ रहा है, फर्स्ट वाला शायद.
मतलब सिलेबस वाइज हम लोग बहुत आगे हैं.
सर सिलेबस वाइज तो हम लोग कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं टर्म 1.
टर्म 1 कंप्लीट कर दिया बस. ठीक है, हम लोग को रिवाइज करना है, राइट? तो ठीक है, तो इट्स बेटर.
यस सर रिवाइज कर सकते हैं, फिर उसके बाद बढ़ भी सकते हैं आगे क्योंकि कार्बन एंड इट्स कंपाउंड है.
हाँ, तो मैं वही सोचा हूँ इसको ये लाइक इसके बाद शुरू हो रहा है मेटलर्जी. मेटलर्जी इज द एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ मेटल्स. वो मैं आज स्टार्ट नहीं करूंगा बिकॉज इट्स अ ह्यूज एंड मैं डिसकंटिन्यू हो जाएगा. तो मेटलर्जी हम लोग स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. मेटलर्जी खत्म होने के बाद तुम्हारा वीक में 3 क्लास होता है. 2 क्लासेस में रिविजन कराऊंगा, 1 क्लास पढ़ाऊंगा, विच इज बेटर.
सर मेटलर्जी इज रिड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम द सिलेबस.
रिड्यूस मतलब वो नहीं है?
नहीं सर नहीं आएगा वो.
अगर नहीं है तो मेरा सिलेबस खत्म हो गया, लाइक दिस चैप्टर इज डन.
यस सर.
तुम लोग में कोई मेरे को एक बार व्हाट्सएप में ये एक मॉडर्न सिलेबस भेज सकते हो? नॉट नाउ, आफ्टर द क्लास इज ओवर. भेज सकते हो?
यस सर मैं भेज दूंगा.
ठीक है फिर. तो फिलहाल आज के क्लास का कुछ डाउट है?
सर आज के क्लास में नहीं, डाउट नहीं है सर.
बाकी किसी का भी?
नो सर.
सौम्या?
नो सर.
पूरा क्लियर ना?